live from beautiful Casa de Clark in Independence, Iowa. It's Unemployed with your host, Matt Clark. Promotional consideration for this episode paid for by the National Association of Narcolepsy Sufferers. Narcolepsy, living life one nap at a time. And now, here's Matt Clark.
Greetings, Internet, YouTube, children of all ages. It was I, your unemployed superhero, back for another full-fledged episode of Unemployed with Max the Wonder Dog. It's been a while, about a week or so since I did an episode of Unemployed. It's still called Unemployed, by the way. My last job interview was a few Tuesdays ago. I did not get that position, and for right now, in the foreseeable future, there are no job interviews on the horizon. But to be honest, it has been it's been crazy the last week. I haven't had a chance to do a whole lot of job searching. If you watched the update from a few days ago, go ahead and watch it. I'll wait. Just hit pause. Back? Okay. After watching it, my pop is in a nursing home as we speak. A very nice one, I have to say. One of the nicer ones we have in the area. That's a positive. He doesn't want to be there. I understand that. Nursing homes are kind of like prison in a way, because you can't leave them for the most part, and there's really not a whole lot to do while you're there. It's been tough on the family. There's a couple of family members whose lives have been somewhat symbiotic with my dad's life since he retired, and their lives are going to change drastically, and there's not a whole lot we can do about it. I wish we could do more, but that's just not going to happen. Turns out my father's finances are in bad shape. We need to get him on something called Title 19 as quickly as possible. And it's just a mess. It's kind of funny in America, especially today, because everybody yells and screams about people on welfare. We can't have people on welfare. People clogging up the system, getting free money from the government, yada, 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 yada. You hear that a lot from people. And I get the idea, the thought process behind talking like that. But what you don't understand, I think, what most parents don't understand, is that in the end, when you reach retirement age and you need 24/7 health care in your retirement age, the federal government lumps everybody together. Unless you're rich, of course. If you're well off, then you're okay. But if you're not well off, you're basically all lumped in together in a welfare system, which is Title 19. Title 19 is the federal government paying for your long-term care. Which is a a welfare system. It is a socialist welfare system. And I find that kind of ironic because my dad was one of those people too that railed against welfare. But it turns out he worked 35 years, was in the Navy during Vietnam. For all of that, paying into his pension, paying into his retirement, after all of that, he's still going to get lumped into a welfare group, which I find ironic in a way. It's not really funny, but it's funny how America is a land of contradictions. Let's put it that way. There's a huge industry, by the way, that's popped up through this. I've seen 3 different lawyers, paid them all. I've seen 5 different doctors, paid them all. 2 different hospitals, paid them all. I've seen 4 nursing homes. I've only paid 1, though. I will say that. There's only 1 nursing home we've actually done business with. But through all of that, nobody's really helped. And they all feed each other. The nursing home gets fed by the doctors and the hospitals. And the lawyers provide the paperwork that allow the hospitals, the doctors, and the nursing homes to move the patient through the system. So that's kind of a symbiotic relationship as well. And it's all based on profit. Notice one group I haven't mentioned during any of this. That's my dad's insurance. My dad paid for his insurance for 35 years. Retired with a full pension. With insurance. When it comes to dementia, when it comes to staying in a nursing home, they won't touch it. Not with a 5,000-foot pole. Not even close. And they'll tell you that to your face, too. That if you want to stay in a nursing home, that's your call, not theirs. Yeah, and people are screaming about free health care. If you only take a look at what you're yelling about, Obamacare at least had some provisions for health care, for mental health care. Most insurance does not. Ask your insurance provider if they'll provide, if you go to a nursing home. They're going to tell you no. Unless you buy special coverage, by the way, which is on top of your premiums already. So it's been a mess. I've been a bit of a mess. I've got about 4 or 5 positions I'm curious about. I've sent them my my resume and stuff like that. One company even told me it may take 30 days before the process is even going. So don't expect anything quick. So we'll see about those positions. Socks. I just got out of the shower, by the way. It's around noonish. I spent all morning online looking up jobs, things like that, and then throwing my resume out there. I try to tailor my resume to each position I send to. We'll see if it means anything. I don't know what to think. I haven't really put a whole lot. Believe it or not, it's been almost 2 months since I lost my job, and I'm not even at this point. I haven't even had time to think about it lately, just because there's just so much crap going around. It's been a struggle, but I'm doing pretty good. I'm not that bad of a mental condition anyway. Tomorrow should be amusing because tomorrow we're going to try and get the the paperwork signed for my dad's guardianship to pass to my brother. Once the guardianship is passed, my brother will have more legal options to help him with the hospital, that kind of thing. We're not quite sure how we're going to do it because we don't want to take Dad out of the hospital because that'll be a nightmare. We'd rather be able to do it like at the nursing home, that kind of thing. I don't know. Don't know. That's kind of where I'm at right now. Kind of in a wait and hold pattern. Nothing on the job front to really report about right now. Kind of glad at this point because there's so much shit going on around me that I'm not sure I could put my mind to it totally. But I would really love to have everything with my dad sewed up in a week or so. That way I can go back to... Because Turkey Day's in a like next week, and I can't see anybody hiring over Thanksgiving. And then after Thanksgiving comes Christmas, about a month after that. And I just can't see over Christmas or New Year's any hiring being done, which leaves me to the first of the year. So I don't want to wait that long to be back on the horse again. The first of the year. That'll be like 3 or 4 months of unemployment, and I don't want that. I may have to find something after December just to keep the lights on in the house. So, like I said, just kind of playing it by ear, and we will see what happens. Not going to get ahead of myself, though. Just kind of taking it as it goes. Well, that's Thursday, the 17th of November, 43, 42, some days of unemployment. I'll do the math after the video's over with. You folks have a good rest of the day. We will see if I can get a video off tomorrow or not. I'm not sure what tomorrow's all going to bring, but I'll try to get something off tomorrow. And we'll get back on somewhat of a regular rotation with the videos. This is your unemployed superhero, signing off. Stay sexy, San Diego. Is anybody from San Diego watching these things?